family, give us some ideas of how things are shifting, even, from energetically, from, we talked about quantum physics, like these might be things that people aren't doing research on, yet women are going to retreats. We're doing a lot of this inner work. And there's a dichotomy in the world of like, are men also doing this work? And if they're the leaders, are they just becoming more disconnected because we're just like, oh, well, they don't know. We'll talk about this. And, they're kind of grandpa up there or something like that. But like, how is this changing and integrating, and holistically, how could we do better?
Oh my gosh, such a great question. And I want to dovetail off of what you were saying earlier in terms of the work that I do with family businesses, family offices, family enterprises, family foundations. When somebody from one generation comes forward with all those things you listed, right? Wait, we have to be thinking about, let's wake up and let's live about the environment. And they can experience a lot of pushback from older generations. And so part of this leadership development and having an authentic voice and having that self-awareness is also having the awareness of who you're speaking to and what their sensibilities are, so that you can blend with each other and then look together at what you care about. So there's a lot in terms of, in the world that I'm in and the families I work with, and the speaking is about values and purpose related to the orientation towards success and money and power. And when you are only focused on, well, what are the quarterly reports, and are we meeting our quarterly goals, and you're so short term and small focus, you're missing that bigger picture that you're saying that more people are coming forward and saying, wait, we need to be thinking about what are the long range impacts of what we're doing.
Well, and you're exactly right, because it's not just corporate America, it's family businesses, it's legacies. And if this was the legacy that we were creating, and now you have kind of this next generation saying, maybe profitability maybe we should be giving some of it, like maybe we should be shifting how, like, all of that creates some conflict amongst leaders, amongst the next in line to come into leadership. And I think that's a lot of what we're going to be talking today, is how do you start to treat people as people and get to know them or understand them, as opposed to gender roles and all of that, right?
Yeah. How can there be a listening for all the different perspectives? I really love the term of granting legitimacy to each person's perspective, as opposed to shutting it down, dismissing it, deciding what's valuable or not. And then really having that curiosity. And I love what Akasha said about the depth of care that we have about the people that we are relating with. And when you're family, it's not just much more important to make sure that that care is coming forward, but the depth of care that they have for their employees comes through.
Yes.
And
Yes.
really allowing for that to be part of the culture and the conversation, and allowing for those conversations and a flow of ideas to come forward, so innovation can come forward with what you're saying too, Melissa, with where the world's going, while honoring the legacy and everything that's gotten us to this point, right? So there's that meeting of the two, and it can be a crisis point, or it can be a conflictual point, or it can be a collaborative point in terms of how you approach it. And it does come from this mindful place. And I love that you brought in quantum physics that we were talking about before we got on, in terms of thinking about it as an energetic exchange when we're relating with each other. And that when you realize that everything is vibrating and everything is made of energy, it's a whole different way of relating and understanding who we are in the world and the impact we have on each other.